we know we got to take care of the ball. Drake knows that. But to be able to stay the course and to trust Kayshawn and give him a great ball that, it was him or nobody. And those guys have kind of done that all year. Is when we needed to play, they've been able to do that for us.
You said at the beginning, Mike, that the players are satisfied, and you can tell that. Can you give me an example of what you saw that indicates that? And also, the coach's job is always to tune out the noise. There's going to be a heck of a lot of noise this week. Are you satisfied that you've got your players to tune out that noise, or is that a work in progress?
Well, I mean, it's been, we know the stadium's going to be loud, so the louder the better. I mean, every opportunity. I think what they've done is we've asked them to embrace the preparation, embrace the strain, and also enjoy every minute of this. Enjoy walking into this stadium, coming in here. Enjoy putting your uniform on. Enjoy going out there and warm-ups. Enjoy seeing your family. But most especially enjoy, the execution. So we'll keep doing that. And, we know we got to go on the road to a number one seed in the AFC, and it's not going to be easy, but we'll come out and be ready to go.
Coach, congratulations on the victory here tonight. You talked about a loud stadium potentially in store for next week. How much do you feel that the home crowd played into the victory tonight in the last home game of the season?
Well, they helped. They helped tremendously. And again, there was, they ratcheted up there in the fourth quarter, some of those third down stops. And, back by the Lighthouse, I felt like it was really ratcheted up. And when they chose to punt, that was huge for us. And then, they got a great punt, and we took the ball. But, the harder we play and the more plays that we make, the louder they're going to get. I've said this since we've been here. They're knowledgeable fans that know how to play football over the course of 20-some years. So they know what it looks like, and they have high expectations.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, so.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, what did you see from your defense as it concerned the takeaways tonight and how they were able to just generate so many of them?
Yeah, again, it was a group effort. We talked about it being a group effort, and whether that's understanding the call, understanding where each guy fits. But I felt like, especially on Marcus's, we talked about some of these boots, and Casey was able to force the quarterback into a mistake, and we tipped some passes. And again, there's some other plays that are close. With the quarterback's arm, I think we kept changing the look up on it a little bit. Give our guys credit. To be able to disguise. We talked about that, and certainly affecting the quarterback is a big part of winning in this league.
Mike, you mentioned at the outset, everybody's stepping up, everyone's making plays. What does it mean to you as a coach to get a full three-phase effort in a playoff win here tonight?
I mean, a lot goes into it. We always give the credit to the players, but I'm extremely lucky for the staff that we have. Their knowledge, their alignment, their loyalty, and the ability that they've given our players to have confidence in their job is something that I really appreciate. So, again, the results will always be for the players, and because of the players. But, I appreciate the staff, and I can't thank them enough. Again, I tell the players all the time I'm proud to be their coach, but I appreciate the staff as well.
Hey, Coach, you always do such a good job of complimenting your players, but in terms of preparation, you take so much pride in getting them ready. Was there something specific you did in preparation for this game that you reflect on now that worked in this game?
It wasn't. I thought that we've tried to add situations to the postseason. I think we've tried to, instead of doing it on Saturday, we've tried to maybe add those situations during practice on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, as opposed to doing them in the walkthrough. Just because we know how critical they are. But I don't, again, we've tried to stay consistent and not make it, we understand how important these games are and how critical each play is. But to not, just change everything we do. We practice on Thursdays fast, and we put pads on, and they embrace that. And we knew it would be a physical game. We knew it would be a tough game. And, again, we just have to keep getting better.
Subscribe to the page.
Mike, congratulations. There's a lot of talk about the Texans defense this week. Did you feel like your defense took that personally at all?
But yeah, I'm sure they're going to tell you that here in 30 seconds and you guys go rushing out of here. As soon as the cold leads you guys out of here, you guys will go. And now, again, they're really good for a reason. They've shown it each and every week. But our guys are prideful men, and they want to compete and they want to win. And again, they deserve the recognition that they're going to get. I mean, they're top 5 defense for a reason as well. And so, again, that's how some of these things go. It comes down to turnovers, and we got them in, get back on track. We force 2nd and long, so we stop the run. And I'm proud of each and every guy in there. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
I believe. All right, Mike Vrabel's press conference is powered by Oakers Technologies. The new year means time for new technology at your school or business. Turn to Oakers for products like TouchView Interactive, full IT, and more. Get future ready in 2026 with Oakers, proud partner of your New England Patriots. Mark that there, Joe Murray, the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots post-game show. 617-779-0985 if you want to light it up, Joey. Unbelievable game today. The Patriots defense coming up with all the turnovers, pressure, playmaking, ballers, balling out. What was your primary takeaway from what we witnessed and how they're advancing now to an AFC Championship game in Denver?
I think for all the talk that we heard about the Houston Texans defense, it was the Patriots defense that prevailed today. Although at the end of the game, when they needed Drake May, he made an MVP throw, and Kayshon Boutte made an absolutely outstanding play. So Christian Gonzalez is going to get paid. Christian Gonzalez was awesome. Great job, Bob Sosa. Dude, this was ugly. It was beautiful.
It was I think this was a good embodiment of what this team's been all year, specifically Drake May. When an issue, and it was Drake May, because what he did after fumble, after fumble, after fumble was just come back and go back to work. And then eventually, like you said, he made the play that iced the game. We have to talk about that. I mean, that catch goes down in Patriots lore. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But even if they make the Super Bowl, don't win it. They don't even have to win it. That's from a physically difficult perspective, and when you combine what was at stake, that was one of the most incredible catches I've ever seen. A full extension, one-handed, going to the ground in a one-possession, one-score game when anything can happen with the best defense draped all over you, and you come down, you survive the ground, you make the catch, you secure the ball, and get the touchdown. That is probably a top 5 catch that when you combine how hard it was to make and the stakes, probably in Patriots history. We'd have to go back into the archives, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll say this. The Brendan LaFell catch in the divisional round a couple of years ago against the Ravens, that was a huge one, right? Because they were back, right? It was the first time that they finally... This one was bigger.
Yes,
this one's going to go up there. You're right, Tom. If I just think divisional round, that's the catch that I'm going to remember. And again, the last one was probably the LaFell one. But just remember this week, Kayshon Boutte and Will Campbell talked about how they went up against these guys, right?
Yeah.
Kayshon Boutte was like, I played against those guys. I know what I can do against them. He did it. Like Will Campbell today went against Will Anderson and did it. And quite frankly, Drake May, as you mentioned, he's always responded after turnovers and did once again today.
He keeps coming. Drake May, 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That interception, I don't even count because that was on a Hail Mary, and it doesn't even matter. The 4 fumbles, obviously a problem. You've got to give some credit to that Houston defense. I mean, how many times did they go out and just basically reject the ball? It looked like basketball. They just rejected it out of his hand, causing the fumble. That's excellence, and you got to tip your cap. You got to be more careful and protect the football better. I'm sure they're going to talk about...
What's up, everybody? Snowing. We're riding around in the freaking Nissan in the snow. It's alright. She'll do it. She'll do it. Alright guys, we'll be right back. I had to piss so bad.